Hello and welcome. First thing that I thought of was let's get into the flow. Let's get into the flow. That's what it is today. So let us get into the flow. And I wrote that all in capitals. Let's move it. How's everyone together today? Together. How's everybody together? I got your notice at 9:09 a.m. Ooh, 9:09, and it's 9:10. Oh, I'm glad you got the notice. I sometimes I don't know if people are getting the notices. So, but hey, it's all good. It's all good. So, welcome. So today it's the first quarter square. So the moon has gone into Taurus and squaring off Aquarius, but the sun in Aquarius. So it's also squaring Sagittarius and the sun, Sagittarius, sun, and Jupiter. I found my friend's husband on Tinder. Wild morning. Woo! Somebody's getting into some cray energy with what do you call it, with Uranus and Mars square. Let's get into some crazy energy, right? Already on Tinder. Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't, it's a conversation needs to be had. That's what I'm going to say. Conversation needs to be had. So today, what kind of day is today? Today is a day of flowing. And today is a day of really, with that first quarter square, it's kind of like, I feel like it's coming out of the water and shaking it all off. And shaking, just doing some good shakes. I feel there's a lot going up our spine, so there's a lot to do with the nervous system. And with this energy with Uranus, it is the wild card. It's just, what are we fearful of? I mean, that's our fear. That's, things coming up. But it comes down to, we got to take a step back and breathe. Some of the things that, people are just getting so huffy and puffy about stuff. And I just like, take a fucking downer and stop getting so freaked out about shit that you can't control. There's a few things, of course, I'm a shit disturber, but it's like, okay, you're all fearful about, oh, this woman got fired and how dare she do this and this and this. Like, you know what? I'm just like, hey, she stood up for her rights, and I don't give a fuck if she's a nurse or whatever she is in Toronto. But you know what? I just thought it was, a freedom of speech, and she's just being used as a pawn, basically, so that everybody else follows suit. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to thrive no matter what the weather is outside. And that's how you got to look at it. We're going to thrive no matter what the weather is. Yeah, there's some crazy ass shit out there, and there's some really nasty people. But hey, I was watching a show on, it was in the UK, and it had to do with restorations, but it was in Scotland, and they're redoing this mill, but this area that this mill was done was in a time when there were different lords coming in, right? And they were doing the raiding, right? And so they had to build this great, big, beautiful, like this big-ass building so they could see when these different clans were coming in to do doing raids and taking people's livestock and women and stuff like that. This is where it's like, but people survived. People survived. They lived there. They survived there. They grew there. They prospered there. They have history there. Their family grew after hundreds and hundreds of years. They're still there. This is what we have to look into. It's like, you know what? I am still here. I am still growing. I am still thriving. And my children will still be there, and my children will grow, and my children will thrive, and my grandchildren will be there and grow and thrive. If I, and this is where we this building of what we are wanting to build, when we're building this foundation of our creation, of our light and of our love, that's what's going to spread. And sometimes some people are not going to like it. That's fine. Not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody's going to like what I see. You know, you can get, and I get so upset about, oh my God, look at like the, you know, freedom of speech. People are going, it's not going to stop. People are going to find a way to speak. People are going to find a way to get their word out. That's how I'm feeling. People are going to come in and they're going to create ways of getting their message out. There is this darkness, or there's always some sort of darkness that's going to come in and try and stop you. It's how you face that darkness. It's how you stand up with that darkness. It's how you want to create your realm. It's how you are wanting to have for your health and your well-being. That's you know, when we come into our essence, that's where we want to create. You know, and I'm just looking back at what Amanda wrote about her friend's husband on Tinder. You know, what are they creating? What is that's there that they're creating? They've created something. You know, he's created something, she's created something. Does she know? I don't know. I think she has an idea, you know, and there's something there. But there's a conversation that needs to be had, definitely, right? And there's something that, you know, whether she may believe you, she may not believe you, but that's, I just, you know, she's going to get all her shit in a knot and think, oh my God, how dare he do this to me? But he's not doing it to her. He's got his own little thing going on whatever's going on with him that has nothing to do with her. But this is, you know, this is the whole thing, is that we can take, this is all about me. He's doing this or she's doing this to me. No, they're not. This is where we got to take ownership of ourselves, ownership of our own feelings, and they got to take ownership of their feelings. And however they need to work it out. But if you can take that higher road and saying, you know what? It's pretty fucked up that what you did. You know what? But where you start and where I end, it's like I continue on. Like I am a continual vase of energy. And this is where people get hung up, is, you know, that saying, oh, they complete me. Oh, fuck off. This is where I need to allow myself to flow. And if I'm depending on that person for the soul of my love, for the soul of who I am, to create of what it is of my own basis, there is something there that I need to look deep inside my own self and ask myself why. And that's where all this energy is coming in. That they need to create. You need to look at your own, what's going on with you. Why are we so fearful of this? You know, why are we so fearful that someone is protesting or someone is saying something that we don't believe in? What makes us so angry about it? Why do we want them to agree with us? Agree with me. There's something there. So this is a day of going with the flow. This is a day of breathing. This is a day of, not everybody's going to see eye to eye. That's okay. That's okay. We got to go with our flow. We got to go with that, with the energies of saying, this is what I need to do. Not everybody's going to agree with it. Not everybody's going to like it. It's my opinion. And I feel like this is, you know, with this energy that's coming in today, it is pretty heavy. There is a lot of anxiety and anticipation today, but I don't think anything I don't think it's so much today as it will be in the next coming days that I feel things are going to really come in. And when, the other day I was, mentioning about the resistance, and then everywhere I looked was like, oh, look at the resistance, look at the resistance, oh, the head of the resistance. And I'm just like, interesting. Yeah. And this is, do what we need to do, what is right for us. Do what is need to do. And when I say right for you, that doesn't mean going out and being a fucking dick. Doing what's right for you, that means allowing yourself to stand in your love and your light. That means protecting yourself, not allowing yourself to be, you don't have to be a wallflower or be walked upon and be that dirt mat or that old rag. That's not what this is all about. This is about, this is what I need to do. I need to make myself stronger, healthier, more creative, more vibrant. How do I do that? How do I do that? And that's where it comes in. How do I do that? Maybe it's taking a course. Maybe it's joining me tomorrow night for a peek into Aquarius. So if you want to do the peek into Aquarius, it's $20. It's on Zoom, and you're going to get a handout for that. And we're going to go through the energies of Aquarius. We're going to go through that energy, very similar to that we did at the beginning of the month with Capricorn. But this time I have a whole, it's not, I have 2 workbooks out there. I got my full moon and new moon workbook. This one is all about the whole energies of Aquarius and a little look into what has happened. Let me see if I can pull up part of it. Ow! Do I have it? Oh, no. Hold on. Done. I gotta close that. Oh, I don't have it up. That's okay. But it is, when we're looking at this from the structure and order of Capricorn, right? We land in the open-minded and the vastness and airways of Aquarius, and that's what Aquarius is. And this season brings us inspiration, illumination, and glimpses of the future. This also brings in rebellion. Aquarius is the rebellion sign. So it's freedom-loving, progressive. This is this energy that's breaking society's rules and form new paradigms. So this is where, when you are looking at what you are wanting to do for you, you might be breaking some paradigms to better suit it for the evolution of humanity. You might be thinking outside of the peripheral box. This is where you start to process the world through your unique filters. This is where you're going to be finding that it's time to dig past the layers of societal conditioning placed upon you and feel your most authentic truth, then have courage to live it. This is where you're going to find people are standing up and saying, yeah, okay, I might get fired from this. And people are saying, well, this was the law. But you're saying that law doesn't make any sense. That law is not doing justice to the people around us. I mean, it was illegal for women to vote. It was illegal for us to be considered as not property. Right? So this is where we're coming into with this energy of Aquarius and with this square of saying, hey, there are some things that need to change, and I don't agree with everything. So I'm going to go against the conforms of society, and I'm going to go against what I feel is right to me. Do you have it set up as Facebook event? I'm interested. Time, and can I send an e-transfer? Do I have it as a Facebook, the peek into Aquarius? Did I do it as a... I've been working since 5 o'clock this morning. Yes, I think I did it as a Facebook event. I am just stepping into Aquarius. It is. I'm going to invite. I'll put it out there. I invite people. Some people didn't get invited. It didn't do my invites. It didn't do my invites. you go. And I just invited you, Carrie. So, but it keeps on saying something went wrong, so please try later. So it's not allowing me to invite anybody. So, which is weird. It keeps telling me that something is going wrong with me to invite people. So I'm going to share it out on my Facebook again. So for whatever reason, I'm going to share it into a feed. There. I'm sharing it out. Won't let me invite. Maybe it did let me, maybe people did get, but it keeps on giving me a message that something went wrong. So for the invite. Interesting. And it said price free, but it's not free. It's $20. And I didn't know how to change that. So Facebook did a few weird things. I'll share it out here. Whoopsie. That's Blessed Circle. Well, we'll share it out on Blessed Circle. But there we go, people. I'm sharing it out. So it's shared out. Just won't let me invite. You know, it said it came up with an oops error, whatever the oops error is. So I came up with an oops error. So I love and hate technology. Sometimes it depending what I'm doing, it's here, you know, trying to even do my digital downloads with my full moon and new moon workbooks. It wouldn't let me put it into the sort of like little Facebook store that I have because they said it was, they didn't allow it for whatever reason. So I'm just, whatever, like, you know, I'll just plug along and do what I need to do. But yeah, so we have that workbook coming up. But this is it. This is the energies coming in, right? It is to get us to think outside the box. It is, you know, we also have a full moon coming up in Leo, you know, this full moon coming up in Leo. And that full moon is going to be pretty, you know, pretty intense, I would say. It's going to be an intense one. And with that full moon, it's like we have to, it's really looking at setting our intentions, setting out the energies of what we are wanting to create, right? And how can you celebrate yourself without reason? That's with that Leo full moon. So this is energy is getting us to look at how can we step into our uniqueness without having to apologize for it. And that's the thing, is that you will be persecuted in some way, somewhere, some format for stepping up into your uniqueness. And with Aquarius ruled by Saturn and Uranus, Saturn is the co-ruler. So Aquarius is misunderstood energy, and it's at its heart, it teaches us who we are beyond what we were told to be. It is a sign of individuality and fearless self-expression. Stirs up the part of us that beats to their own drum. You know, a lot of people are not going to like what you are saying. They're not going to like how you dress. They're not going to like how you look. They're not going to like that you pierced your nose or that you dyed your hair purple. Yet you're expressing your own uniqueness. Allow yourself to express your uniqueness. That is where this energy is coming in. And it gets frustrating because there is also the energy of wanting us to conform. You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. If you don't conform, if you don't follow these rules, then you're breaking the law and you're going to be in trouble. Yet those laws are getting you to be this conformist and making sure that you go into this pigeonhole. And there's people, you know, that are coming out and they're expressing, because that is part of their role. That is part of why they came here. They are here to be that expression. They are here to be that person to talk out, to say what needs to be said. And this energy is just pushing us to come out to do it in whatever area we need to do it within our lives, with our own uniqueness in our own lives. Doesn't mean you have to go out on a world setting. It's not saying that you have to go out there into the world and do this unless you feel a calling to it. Unless that is what you feel, this is my calling to do. My calling is to do this. This is what I feel compelled to do. Right? And some people are going to find that, yeah, they're not going to like what you're doing. So this is to set up some goals for, lofty goals for society. But if we can all hold the vision of this type of future, it can come to fruition. So with today, it's coming forward that we need to ask us to see past the current status quo and envision a new world that understands everyone's differences yet accepts everyone's equally. It's a world where everyone is living their truth at their highest vibration, and maybe challenging to imagine this, a place where everyone effectively is doing what they want and it becomes more plausible. And this is coming in with love, and this is coming in with compassion, this is coming in with understanding. This isn't coming in with the energies of saying, I am right, you are wrong, fuck you, and being an asshole and a dick about it. That's not where this energy is coming in. This is a higher energy frequency, which emits these vibrations throughout the world. This is bringing us and trying to elevate it, and that's why we have these intense squares. It gets us to push up against what we need to push up against, what we need to change. This is the venture, this is the energy, the frequency that's coming in for us and for us to step into. But it's not one that is going to be at times easy, because sometimes you want to have the purple hair and everybody says, well, purple hair is stupid, but you want to have the mermaid hair. You want to do the mermaid hair, but that's just, maybe you're scared to do it because you're afraid of how people are going to look at you or how people are going to criticize you. But that's your uniqueness. That's your way of coming out of what you need to do. And that's where this, especially with the square and with the sun coming in, it's highlighting that place where Saturn and Jupiter conjunct it. And now the moon's coming in and squaring that point and saying, are you illuminating that light within you? Are you allowing yourself to shine the way that you need to shine? Or are you resorting to stay in your shadow? That's where this energy comes in today. That's where you're going to have anxiety show up. That's where you're going to feel overwhelmed. This is where you're going to be feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough. I can't do it. Oh my God, I am not worthy. But this is where you come in and you can unpack this all and come into the love of this divine, come into the love of the Divine Mother and the Divine Father, and say, I just need to unpack all of this layers and go through those layers of ourselves and allow ourselves to look at those fears. And sometimes it doesn't, not one look, sometimes it's 110 looks. Sometimes we don't see it right away because we're still not there. We still have those blocks, or we don't want to go over that wall for whatever reason. So it's going to take us a little bit. So honor yourself where you're at. Take some breath work. Doing 5 breaths in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. changes perception, changes your energies. That's what we need to do. This is a day of taking a new look at life, a new way of looking at things. We're still in the year of the rat, right? We're still in the year of the rat. Help find the missing Hunter Biden. Whatever. We're coming into the year of the ox, so it's setting up our long-term goals. What are our long-term goals? What do they look like? What do they feel like? This is where you can have your big oak tree and saying, this is my pie in the sky. But for now, for today, that's my pie in the sky today. I'm going to work at creating something for me more intimate. So sending you all out with so much love. If you are interested in tomorrow evening for the Peek into Aquarius, let me know. PM me, get a hold of me. It's $20. And there is a digital download that I will send you. Have a blessed one, everybody. And thank you for joining. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you and all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Thank you for being a part of my morning. Blessed be. Share this out and go to my YouTube and subscribe. Go to Mary June Tracy and subscribe. Blessed be, everybody. Bye-bye.